My Arsenal fans, the Gunners, onto Arsenal team news, onto Arsenal transfer update so far in the transfer market. Now the matter why I carry come. So please come forward. Let's touch like 1 and 2 in respect to our team so far in the transfer market as usual. But before I dive into the main gist, do well to drop a like on this video, drop 1 or 2 comments as usual in the comment section, and hit the share button. If you are not following me, Bobby, what do you wait for? Hit the follow button as usual, and if you are watching from YouTube, support your guy by smashing the subscribe button. Now the only way if you do at the moment, we joy so will take comfort onto that particular level. Now let me dive into the main gist at the moment. Looking at the transfer window is expected to end by the end of the month. That is the month of August, and we expect players coming in and players going out. So far, we are seeing more players coming in, and we expect in the coming days we'll be hearing players going out. So we expect that before the end of the transfer matter, the transfer windows in general. So the next matter I carry come has to do with William Saliba renewal of his contract. Now the first matter as well. Likewise, Bukayo Saka. With the look of things, the Arsenal management have not renewed their contracts, and we the fan base, they anticipate the renewals of these players' contract because they are very important to the team. They are very, very integral to whatever Mikel Arteta is actually cooking right there at the Emirates. So I feel that Andre Beta, man, we don't they do better all this while. You have to get there and make sure that everything that it is expected of him, you understand, in terms of renewing this player's contract should be done ASAP, you understand, before the end of the transfer market. That is in terms of that. Looking at the match between Tottenham Hotspur and Newcastle, some of you will be like, this is now Arsenal transfer updates. Why am I bringing our London rivals? Now, why I'm bringing about that is not because of the scoreline. The scoreline end 1-1. We all know that one. But my main objective here has to do with Homi Song, who has finally paid, I think it was in that match, they paid him farewell in terms of him leaving Spurs. At the moment, he'll be joining Los Angeles FC in America. That is in terms of him moving on from the Spurs team. Likewise, another matter come up in respect to that team, in respect to James Maddison. And with the look of things, James Maddison, Baba don't go injure himself in that particular tie, and Baba don't get ACL, so he's expected to be out for a very long time. And we all know that ACL injury basically takes around 9+ months. So we expect that in the coming months, Spurs will be in the transfer market to get a replacement for him before the season begins proper. But with the look of things, we know initially Tottenham Hotspur were in the contest of getting Gibbs White, but with the look of things, Nottingham Forest didn't allow the transaction to go successful. You understand? So now, unsuccessful transaction in respect to that particular player's transfer from Nottingham Forest to Tottenham. But with the look of things, because they were unable to get Gibbs White, they are now showing interest in the same player as now actually going for, which is in the person of Eberechi Eze. Now, looking at the Eze camp, Eze has actually informed them initially before his release clause basically expired. He actually informed them that he will not be joining them. He intends to join the Arsenal team. But now, the release clause has expired. So I feel that Arsenal, if we really need to get this player, it will now be a bidding war between us and Tottenham in terms of getting this player's signature. Because now, Crystal Palace will now make it to be in form of a bidding war. Who has the highest bargain will actually get this particular player. That is in terms of that, and in the coming days. And looking at this, I don't expect Crystal Palace leaving this particular player for that 68 meters of the Queen's Pounds, because his original club where he left before joining Crystal Palace, that was a QPR, Quick Park Rangers, actually owns like 20% of his sell-on clause. So I expect that Crystal Palace might want to make the deal a little bit complex for any team that want to get this player to their own team. So I feel that in the coming days, we will know which team basically gets this player at the end of the transfer market. Looking at Rodrigo goes, Baba don't come back from Brazil. He has returned back to Real Madrid from his holidays, and from the look of things as well, we are not the only player going. We are not the only team going for this player. because even Spurs, our own North London team, has also shown interest in this player as well. So in the coming days, we'll know what it actually entails. But from what we are hearing, according to Fabrizio Romano, aka the Fabs, he has come out to drop 1 or 2 words in respect to this player, that the player has said that he wants to stay and fight for his position in Real Madrid. But in the coming days, we'll know if it will be a here we go, or he still remains there in Real Madrid. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and anticipate whatever comes out at the end of that particular one. As well, looking at Ademola Lookman, our own Nigerian bobo, I'm actually happy when I heard that, okay, Arsenal are showing interest in this particular player. But with the look of things, it's as if we want to, Atlanta and Ademola Lookman want to have the same scenario of Victor Gyökeres, likewise that of Victor Osimhen, where they were going forth, dragging front and back always. But with the look of things, the team Atlanta are expecting nothing less than 40 meters of the Queen's Pounds from any team that wants to get this player. And the player has informed Atlanta that he wants to make a move out of Atlanta. And so far, Inter Milan has shown interest in this particular player. And Inter Milan submitted the bid of about 45 meters of euros in terms of getting this particular player. But we'll feel that in the coming days, we'll know if we are able to get this player or not. But I feel that Inter Milan stand a better chance to get this particular player's signature, because he has already given Inter Milan his word in terms of that. But looking at giving a verbal agreement or giving your personal intention without documentation, it has been an issue so far in the transfer market. Arsenal, Victor Gyökeres experienced that with Sporting CP. They said they had verbal agreement. The same issues is also coming up between Ademola Lookman and Inter Milan with Atlanta, rather, in terms of him moving from Atlanta to any other team. They say they have a gentleman agreement. It's as if a gentleman agreement does not hold water in terms of these transfer windows, because we have seen teams that have gentleman agreements with players, and at the end, be like the gentleman agreement does not work. So we don't actually hold people now to their words, because their words are not liable to be held onto. So that is in terms of Ademola Lookman. Likewise as well, from the look of things as well, we are also hearing that Crystal Palace are showing interest in Leandro Trossard. I asked myself, are they going to involve him in a swap deal for Eberechi Eze, or how do they intend to do it? We don't know. But in the coming days, we expect that we'll know about how they intend to go about that, because even the coach of Crystal Palace, Oliver Glasner, is also showing interest that this player will be a very important player to his own side in terms of adding him to the team. At the moment, Trossard has only 1 year left in his contract. To me, as an Arsenal fan or the Arsenal management, I feel that they might choose to let him go so that they might get something from this particular player while selling him off, or they might choose to extend his contract in the coming days. So we keep our fingers crossed and anticipate what actually comes out in that particular transfer. Now, looking at another player Arsenal also showing interest, has to do with a player from Rennes, that is in France. He is actually currently 20 years of age. He's a defender, to be precise, and with his age at the moment, I feel that maybe that's why the Arsenal team is actually going for him. He is actually a CB, and he goes by the name Jeremy Jacquet, or is it Jeremy Jacquet? Depends on how you pronounce the name. I'm not the one that gave birth to him. You understand? No be me being papa, no be me being mama. So we guys leave up onto that particular level. And with the look of it, I was like, are we going for this player? We have essential places to fix up. We are still going for defenders. I don't know why the Arsenal management are still doing that. Now, with the look of things, rumors making the round, is as if they want to let go of Kiwo, because previously Portuguese clubs came for this player and the Arsenal management said no in terms of this player going. But with the look of things, in the coming days, we'll know the fate of this player. Likewise, Reece Nelson, Zinchenko. We feel that before the end of the transfer window, we'll know if they are still staying or they are letting go of this particular player. And looking at Reece Nelson, we all know that what they call him, Fulham has been showing interest in terms of getting this player, and Arsenal intend to release him out in a permanent base. So in the forthcoming days, we expect to hear if he's a here we go or here we land or here we no go anywhere in the coming days. So My Gunners fans, now the matter with the onto transfer update. Let me know what you think about this transfer gist in the comment section. Drop a like on this video if you enjoy what I have just passed to you. Just drop like on this video, drop a share on this video, drop your comments as well in this video. If you are not following me, Bobby, do well to smash the like button. Now, do like to smash the follow button. So do well to smash the follow button as well. And if you're watching from YouTube, do well to smash the subscribe button. Now, the only thing if you do at the moment, we just hope if you take God my body. As usual, I don't